sorry, I didn't notice you there. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm just kidding, I'm just playing. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I actually wanted to tell you guys a bit of a story because I work with young people quite a bit, and this is a story I usually do share with them, and it's basically about my journey to university and how I got from A to B. I kind of went A, B, F, G, H, I, J, back to B, and then got C, D. So I hope you enjoy my story and you guys take something away from it. And if you do enjoy it, please do let me know in the comments, give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, so here goes. So I did the traditional route like most people do. So I went from secondary school to sixth form. And then I actually didn't do great in my first set of A-levels. Yeah, I failed them. So I went and I redid year 12, and then at the school I went to was called 12.5. And then I did 12.5, and then again I didn't do great. Like I did okay in some of my exams. Out of 4, I think I did okay in 2, and the other 2 were a bit. So I then decided to go to college. Some people are like, why don't you just go to university, do like a foundation course and then go into your undergrad? But I was like, no, like I'll just start again. And so I ended up doing a BTEC. So for those of you who don't know what BTEC is, a BTEC is basically a course where they're supposed to give you like a bit of practical experience on whatever your course is. So mine was in business, so we were supposed to have, well, not we were supposed to, we did actually have like some practical elements in it. So we had like an event management, what's that thing called? Not topic, module. We had an event management module, and so we actually had to go, in order to pass module, we actually had to organise an event. And then also it was back when I did it, it was completely coursework based. So we had, I don't remember how many modules I had, but for every module it was literally just a whole bunch of coursework. So, and I actually enjoyed it. I didn't really like the college that I went to, not because there was anything wrong with it, just going from a sixth form to a college, like it was quite different, and I personally didn't like it. I liked being in a small sixth form rather than a big college, but I made great friends. I got through the 2 years, and then it was time to go to uni. So I was applying for university through the traditional route that we do here in the UK, which is through UCAS. And so what actually happens is, so you look at the universities, look at the courses, look at the course content, and then you pick like your top 5 that you want to go to, and then what happens is, so you fill out your bit, and then it gets sent to your reference, then your reference gives you the reference and puts down your predicted grades. They send it off to the university, they'll like give you, decline what you have, or yeah, so you get a big fat L. I'm joking. So they'll either decline, or they'll give you like a conditional offer saying like, if you get these grades, then you can come to our uni. Or some people, if they're really, really great, then they will just give you an unconditional offer. So I applied, did my bits, like we had like sessions in, like certain sessions when I was at college that we actually had to do like all our UCAS applications. We had like a support teacher who also sat down and did it with us. So I did mine, and my first choice, so my undergrad degree was done at Brunel, and I've also gone back to do my master's at Brunel, and I had been at Brunel since I was 13 years old. So I was on an Urban Scholars program, well 12 years old actually, because I was 12 turning 13, year 8. So I had been on the program so I did the program for about 6 full years, 100% attendance, yes, that is me. 100% attendance, never missed a day, for 6 years, but it wasn't like every single day, it was Saturday weekends, like 8 Saturdays in a year, but it was great, I loved it. So I'd gone right from when I was 12 years old to 18 years old. Then they came back and they asked me to give talks to other young people in the program. So I was very invested in Brunel as a university. I've seen what Brunel has to offer for students, and then also being on the program like that, you can see what great things the university does itself. So like I applied for Northumbria, Coventry, Brighton and Brunel. I didn't want to go to anywhere else because I didn't want to leave London. I kind of only picked those 4 because the course content was pretty much the same, and because I kept being told you have to pick 5, you have to pick 5, even though I really didn't want to, and I couldn't like find another 5th one, so I literally applied for 4 universities. I think I'm actually speaking really, really fast, but that is so normal for me. I constantly speak really, really fast. So I had picked my 4 universities, and Brunel was top of the list. Like that was the one that I wanted to go to, didn't want to go anywhere else. So submitted, pressed that button, submitted my applications to UCAS, and sat down and waited. And waited. whenever I got an email, I was literally, any email, I'd be like, oh my goodness, because it says like there have been changes on your UCAS application. So I got, I think conditional offers, yeah, so conditional offers from Northumbria, Brighton, and Coventry very quickly. Like it happened very, very quickly, within like a week. Yeah, I felt like I was waiting for ages, but yeah, within a week. And then I get the ping that I've been waiting for from Brunel. I got a big fat decline. Yeah, Brunel said no. Brunel said no. I literally cried. No joke. I literally was like, oh my god, 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 oh my god. I literally was like it just, that was it. My dreams, like, I felt like everything had been shattered into pieces, like bits and pieces. I was devastated, and I remember I was at college when I found out, so I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't get into Brunel, what am I gonna do? Blah blah, don't wanna go to uni, blah. Like, I was so upset, like, I was so upset. So, being an emotional wreck, I decided to call Brunel. So I called Brunel Admissions and I was like to them, hello, hi, I just got my update from UCAS and I was wondering why I got declined, because one, my personal statement, if I may say so myself, was great. Like, I wrote it myself, and it was, when it was given to like one of the tutors at college to look over, he didn't have anything to say about it. Like, it was excellent. Because when I'm selling myself, like, not like that, but when I have to write about how great I am, because I am amazing in a non-like cocky way, but like when you're writing down all your accomplishments and everything that you've achieved and what you've done and why you make such a great student, I was great at doing stuff like, I was great at writing those kind of things. So my personal statement was, it was good, it was nice, it represented me very, very well. So I was like, it can't be because of my personal statement. What was the reason? So then admissions told me it was because my grades were expected to be like an MMP, which is a merit pass. That is a very, 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 very low, especially for a level 3 extended diploma, which was the equivalent to A-levels. To get MMP was like, I can't give you the equivalent. It was like maybe like BBC, or like it was just very, very low. It was very, very low, and Brunel wanted Distinction Star D. That was like their minimum. So I was so far away from it that my predicted grades was so far away from it, and I literally was like, but I was also confused because I was like, why? Like, I know the work that I'd done up to then. I was like, I've already passed the MMP, so how can that be my predicted grade? So they were like to me, your references have given that to you. So I went to go find him. I'm gonna call him Mr. S, because I'm not gonna name him, but yes, Mr. S, you know who you are. So if you're watching this, yeah, this video was because of you. I went to find Mr. S, and I was like to Mr. S, I just called Brunel, I've been declined, and they said to me it's because you predicted me at a MMP. And he was like to me, yes, like shrugging his shoulders, as so what? And I was like, but why would you predict me that? Because I've already passed that. And he's like, no, don't bother, just apply for Greenford, community college, university, whatever it's called. But he used to take the mick, like laughing at people saying, oh yeah, some of you guys are not going to get anywhere good, you're only going to go there. And I remember being like, but Mr. S, I've already passed that. And I was like, sir, you can see, I was like, I need you to change it please, because Brunel's the one place I was really, really polite, despite the fact I was frustrated and upset. I was really, really polite about it. And he was just like, no. No. I think I had about 7 different conversations with him, and he just gave me a big fat no. He was like, you're not going to achieve the grades that they want you to. There's no point of me changing it, because you're not going to be able to do it. You can't do it, so no. And I remember he said to me, part of the reason why I couldn't do it is because my attendance for that year was like 60%. Okay, my attendance wasn't great. However, I don't blame, but I believe because of the structure of the course that I was on and the way that they did it at the college, I did not need to be physically there to do the work. There was one night when we got an email saying, if you don't complete these pieces of coursework, you will fail the module, which means you fail the course. I did those 7 pieces of coursework doing an all-nighter. All I needed was a textbook and the internet, so it wasn't things that was being, and I came in the next morning with all the coursework, and I was ahead of everyone in the class. I literally finished that module before everyone else in the class did, and I've been doing it from the comfort of my bed. So my motivation sometimes to go to college was very, very low, because I could do all the work from home. Like, I wasn't gaining anything from going in, apart from the ones that were either group works, group discussions, or when I needed a teacher to mark my work. So that was generally like the motivation that I had to actually go in. So 60%, yes, I know that wasn't great on my half. However, I'd done the work, and anytime it was marked, like I didn't need corrections. There was only maybe like one module, which was like to do the counting, where it was like numbers and stuff, and there were certain things that need to be changed or updated. So I had already got the grades. I'd already got the grades that I need. Like I'd already got the grades he predicted, and I was heading forward to getting the grades that Brunel wanted me, no, to actually exceeding the grades that Brunel wanted me to get. So after battling with Mr. S, for a good week or two, I then was like, you know, and he literally just said no. And I remember I'd call my mum was away as well at this point. Mum was abroad, and I'd call my mum crying, and I was like, Mum, he's refusing to mark my work. Because then also he decided he didn't want to mark my work at all, because what he'd do is he'd give me corrections. I'd do the corrections, give him the work, and then he'd find like 7 other corrections, which doesn't make sense, because give me corrections A to F, I'll do all of them. Not give me A, C, and D, and then all of a sudden be like B, E, and F also need to be marked. That doesn't make sense, and that's not how they're supposed to do it. So he refused to mark my work, he refused to change my reference. And everyone was like, it's fine, like you've got into your other unis, it's okay. But I was like, I'd literally be bawling at lunchtime on the staircase. Yes guys, I am a crier. When in doubt, cry it out. What did I do next? I had option A, to nag him some more. Option B, to just give up and be like, you know what, take it, I'm going somewhere else. Or option C, find another route. I took option C. So what I then decided to do is I went to the head of department. But what I did first before going to the head of department is I did like a spreadsheet which had the list of all the different modules we had, and all the different courseworks we had that I was either So I had either option A, to keep nagging him and go nowhere, what was option B? Option B was to give up. Just give up and go to one of the other 3 universities that I'd gotten into. Or option 3, I was going to say option 4, or option 3, C, to find another route. So what did I decide to do? Option C, of course, find another route. So I decided to speak to the head of department, and before going to see her, I literally did a spreadsheet which had all the module titles, all the pieces of work, and then I color coded it. Green as in I'd already had it marked and I passed it. Yellow as in it was currently being marked, and then red was in we hadn't even been set the coursework yet, so there was no deadlines. And even some pieces of coursework that had not been set yet, I had already done. I'd done it. Because like I said before, all you need is the internet and a textbook to do a lot of the work. Like it wasn't, I personally, some of it I found challenging, but a lot of it I found quite simple, especially things that you didn't need to do in groups, or you didn't need to have a group discussion. Like I found it quite easy. So I did that, and I did that for the 2 years that we had been there. Went to her office and I was like, Miss, look, this is everything I have. This is absolutely everything I have. Because I was like, he's refusing to change it. This is the situation. Can you help me, please? And I'll call her Miss C. And Miss C was great. She was like, yes. And she was even shocked. Like, even she was like, because I also showed one of my other course tutors. I also showed him everything that I had. And so even Mrs. C was like, whoa, like, okay, like you are on track to get the grades that they want you to get. Only problems was there was work from my previous year that one of the college tutors, and like, I'm not going to be rude or anything like that, but like she had a reputation of not marking people's work. Like amongst all the students, you knew that if you needed something, like you'd have to chase her every day to get her to mark your work. Like it was irritating. Like it was ridiculous. And because we were young, we were kids, we didn't really kind of go through proper methods to complaining and actually getting things changed. We just kind of dealt with it. So yeah, other than that, but like everything was on track. So then she was like to me, okay, that's fine. Just get these pieces of coursework marked, and then you're done. Like I will do the reference for you. I was overjoyed. One, because thank you, Jesus Christ, because if it wasn't for the man upstairs, I would not even have the wisdom to kind of go from it. I would have just given up. I literally would have just given up, like, and been like, okay, I am leaving London and going to one of these universities that I really didn't have a heart and soul or wanted to go to. And then also, so I was ready. I just went back to get the piece of coursework marked. And Mr. S was one of the tutors that needed to mark my work. And guess what he did? He refused to mark my work again. So my mum, like I said before, was abroad, so I called her crying again, saying, Mum, he's not even marking the work he's supposed to be marking. So she actually called the college and she spoke to one of my other tutors, Mr. AC. He was like the best one. He was everyone's favourite tutor and he was amazing. He was like, because he studied like accounting, because it was a management accounting module, because he studied accounting or he was great with numbers or like he's something he knew, or I think he taught another class accounting, he agreed to mark my work. Thank Jesus Christ. So he marked all my work and my actual the reference, then my Miss C did the reference, like she changed the reference. Sorry about all like the stuttering that I might So Miss C then changed the reference and I got that email and I got my unconditional offer to Brunel. And the reason why I'm sharing this story with you guys is because he told me no. People told me to give up. People told me don't bother to try. Like people told me that was it. Like that the only option was to go somewhere else. And I knew in my heart and soul that I wanted to go to Brunel, and I was not going to let someone who doubts me, someone who thinks I'm a failure, someone who thinks that I can't do any better, tell me that I cannot go. And I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And there were times I wanted to give up when I'm sitting on the staircase crying my eyes out. I'm like, do you know what? It's just an easy option. Start packing my bags and move up north. But my heart wasn't in it, and I generally believe, like, obviously, like, be realistic with yourself, but there are situations where no doesn't always mean no. Just because someone else says no, just because someone else doesn't have faith in you, just because someone else is giving up on you, or just because somebody else can't be bothered to help or support you, it doesn't mean that you have to give up on you. So, guys, this is just a Sunday story time I wanted to share with you guys. Has anyone ever been in a similar situation? I'd actually be curious to know if I am the only person who's been put in a situation where well, obviously I was about 17, no, I was about 18, 19 at the time, but someone who's supposed to be a member of staff, someone who's supposed to be your personal tutor, someone who's supposed to support you, is giving up on you, and actually, quite frankly, he failed me. Like, he didn't want me to do well, he didn't do his job. So guys, if you have ever been in a situation like this, please do share your story, and if you ever see situations like this arising, do not give up on yourself. You can do it, you can make the difference, and don't take no for an answer. If you genuinely believe in your heart of your heart you can accomplish something, you definitely can. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my Sunday story time. He told me no I couldn't. I said yes. Barack Obama times, yes I can. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and if this is the kind of content that you want. Also, tell me if I'm speaking too fast, because especially if you're not from the UK, am I speaking too fast? Because I can learn to slow it down. I can slow it down for you guys, but it is something that I'm also trying to work on myself, is actually speaking a lot slower so that everyone can understand me, not just the people who hear me speak all the time. Thank you guys again, and take care. See you next Sunday. Fantasía, mueve la vea, lo que sentimos, mamacita.